So, I received this message about religion today. That's what this card says today. This card speaks about cycles of time and how long ago there was a matriarchy. A lot of us are aware of this. So, I'm going to go quickly with this part. The matriarchy, where women were revered. It was actually the opposite of what's been going on for the past few thousand years, where women were feared in a way where they were respected. I think maybe something happened to where they had to be taken down a peg or two, and it's going to happen again over and over and over. It's a natural process of time. It's like waves in the ocean, only these waves span for hundreds of thousands of years. So I'm not talking about you or me here. I'm talking about rolling in the deep, like we're talking hundreds of lifetimes, hundreds of thousands of years here. I'm not talking about 2,500 years ago. I'm talking about this guy right here represents something that's hundreds and hundreds of thousands years old. We'll say millions of years old. No one talks like this. But the Kali Yuga, these large cycles of time, the Mayan calendar, they were really good at calculating time. But people came to them to teach them how to do that. Yeah. And they got drunk on that, and they had to have their own little apocalypse, and that's when the Spaniards came and took over, because they began to not abuse their power, but it became stagnant to where it had to be just washed away, basically, and turned into something else. It had to transform. Birth, death, and rebirth. It's nothing to fear. Death and life are to be equally respected, like the yin-yang symbol. They're beautiful marriage partners, masculine and feminine. And cyborg. This is coming out in this reading right now. I wanted to talk about what I saw this morning, but cyborgs, there's this thing about living forever. There's people who are afraid to die, like literally afraid to die, and they're trying to figure out how to live forever because they don't trust the beauty of surrendering to the unknown. So there are those who would like to live forever, and I also don't want to condemn that, because I think that if we could save our DNA or whatever and clone an individual later, that's okay too. That's fine too. But that's not what I wanted to bring what I saw this morning. This card, if you see it closely, there's this little child and their mother. The child's in purple and the mother's in orange. And the purple is the crown, the spiritual. I think of the color of purple where the children get reunited with their mother again, and they're crying, and she gets to be with her babies, and they're from Africa, and she just gets to be with them again. And like to this day, I saw it as a kid, so it like had a really rich impression on me. These movies, depending, they're kind of like comets that come in to our awareness, and if they're like applications that affect us at certain ages. They really can have like some sort of a particular seasoning, a marinade on our lives, to where kind of like a pinball machine but more graceful, I would hope. I hope they know what they're doing. I think they do. But the point is, the Six of Swords is an air. It's a communication through the air. Yet this man, he represents religion as everyone alive today. All the religions of the world, the only ones that have survived, that are still lingering, they're trying to survive, these religions. That's what this guy represents today. See him as, and then this is the collective right here. Man and woman, this is all of us. Our sacral chakra, as we age, as we progress, as we bloom and blossom and become, is our sacral chakra. It's our energetic womb. And the child is our spiritual, all-knowing, trusting self. So this religion, we have communication through the air with our own higher self, the Most High God, that is linked to the cosmos, the big picture, the big universal song, universe, the great song and dance of whatever this is. Well, I'm seeing how the way they meant well. They take your swords and they steal your boat, your birthright. Ships make birth. They kind of, they get in your blind spot emotionally through the waters, and they steer your boat around spiritually. And it's not evil, it's not wicked, but you need to know about it because it's your ship. You are the mothership of your life. See, mother, you are the mothership. So you need to know what like if you're in a religion, you need to know that has your boat. And it may have stolen your boat. And you better get a better one. You follow me? So, we're not going to come after these religions. The enlightened ones are not coming after these religions. That's ridiculous. It's stupefied. But because everything is connected. And I truly feel that throughout the centuries, this was just so they could organize us all. And while there were some dark agendas in there always is, there's a bigger fish, or there's a bigger thing that handles all of that. You just have to trust it. But yeah, so this represents whatever religion you were brought up in. or indoctrination. Say you weren't brought up in a religion at all, which I find very unbelievable. Uh, Say you were indoctrinated into your family stuff. It's the same thing. Well, this could also stand for Hollywood as well. And I think Hollywood, I want to speak freely about it because I'm not mad. But, like, I think Hollywood has good intentions as far as sympathetic magic goes. And, like, forcing us to look at ourselves and become enlightened. That's the big picture. Like, there's programs that's put out, and it can get really dark and scary thinking about who's behind all this. And but the long and the short is they're all connected. All of them are all connected together, and they want to reach us, and they know that, as I know, that you can't force people to do anything, and if you do, they typically always resist. Always. So if you're a parent or a dog owner or a pet owner, you know that it's better if they come to you and they think it's their idea. So that's what's going on with all the movies. They want to reach us. They want us to be enlightened, and they want us to have the secret society sauce that everybody was flipping out over for a while there, and there may be still people going down that rabbit hole. I'm so sorry for you if you are. Welcome to the foxhole, where we will support one another until all the other ones can get on the same page. Because it's really important that everybody, like, know their birthright, but be mature. Spiritual manners are restored and returning to the earth. It's about spiritual manners. I think that's why some of us prefer certain cultures over others. I was at the gym today, and it's like the United Nations, and sometimes I just, if I see a person from India, they just, like, they're stewed a little bit differently. Not all of them, but there's just people you can tell rank differently on the spiritual manners, like energetics. They just, and if we could all just, like, have spiritual manners, energetic manners, instead of just being so ignorant of other people's space and other people's privacy. Like, you wouldn't stare at someone like you're a predator if you knew that they knew you were staring at them the whole time, and you look like a fool to them because they've been aware of you the whole time. And in fact, the longer you stare, the worse you're doing for your cause, because you're taking them from while they're there in the first place, and then they really hate you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so this I don't want to make this reading too long, and I wanted to film because the natural light is typically really good during this time of day. Give me a second. These religions are, I feel like I'm getting major Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. And you know how all the pirates got together, the pirate kings got together, and they all ended up fighting the same thing. Davy Jones Locker guy. The Flying Dutchman. Uh, I think, I think all of us are getting together right now and seeing religion for what it really is. A beautiful way to express our gratitude for the sheer privilege of even getting to be in this realm and even have these bodies. And I always feel like I see religions now because I was raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses and I believed in it, and I was actually seriously just a witness, an observer of God. That's what that means. And I just I feel like religions are basically like little finger paintings, and God's a kindergarten teacher, and we're all just trying to show like how grateful we are to God. And she's like, oh, but really she's just happy to keep us busy, and to see what we come up with. Like, it kind of, she likes it. Because if you're going to worship anything, you would be worshiping the female side. The masculine part, I think, honestly, the Most High God doesn't need us to even be aware of it. It's not jealous at all. It's not a child like that. And it's going to exist whether it has us or our souls or our blood or our belief or our battery or our energy. Regardless, it's going to be there anyway. But there's a layer of something in between, and I know that, and there are others who know that as well. But the point is, a lot of religions are just, they're like fashion, really. And it's sad that I say that because I instantly feel rude, spiritually rude, in making it seem so small. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for all the wisdom, like the spiritual practices that help people navigate through their life. All the stories, like the Bhagavad Gita and the Bible and other books, the Torah, all these books that really do help navigate through life. And I feel like it's just a way, it's like a key map to help people navigate through all these emotions and these energies that dance with us all, that have been called gods and have been called elementals, angels, demons, energies, and we're all interacting with them all the time, whether we're aware of it or not. And I suggest that you just focus on your lane, only your lane, and that's of the highest order. All will rise if you do that. But this message is really long, and I'm going to make myself feel like you're not going to watch it. So, homeostasis to you, homeostasis to me. If you like the way I read, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. I roll my eyes to that because, like, who shares stuff? Like, that's just, nobody does that. But you could subscribe, and if you wanted to. Vitality to you, vitality to me. It's our birthright. So, having said that, steer your own boat, appreciate your life, and you can't go wrong with that.